Hi, this is your therapist. So I'm doing this video to help you with techniques for when you're in a public place. This can be places like a classroom or like a shopping mall. So I'm going to give you examples for both depending on where you are. So the goals is to help the anxiety. When our brain detects a threat, such as to our value, to our self esteem, to our beliefs, or to our relationships, then it sends signals to the body preparing for a fight or flight situation. These include dilating pupils, pumping heart, allowing for more oxygen in the lungs, and glucose, which is sugar, for the muscles for faster movement. The goal of these exercises are to send the calming messages to the brain to allow the brain to send the calming mechanisms into the body, going back to our normal state. So the whole point of these is to convince our brain that we are grounded and we are safe and we are okay. So the first one I'm going to start with is the 5-4-3-2-1 technique. So what we'll do is we'll look for 5 things that we can see. So for example, if you're in a classroom, you can look for backpacks. How many different colors are there? How many people are wearing hats? What different kinds of school supplies can you see? What different types of shirts are people wearing? If you're in a shopping center, how many different types of clothes are there? How many different families are there? What kind of cars do you see? Point out 5 different brands of cars that you can see in the parking lot. How many different kinds of stores? So if you look on the mall directory, you can see athletic, clothing, anything that is in a category, and you can count the categories. So 4 things to touch. So we're going to do this mindfully. You can take any 4 things that are around you that you can touch easily. So for example, your backpack, a shirt, a pencil, or a desk, or if you're in a shopping center, like one of your purse or a piece of clothing or the seat that you're sitting in or your hair, or you can even try to grab somebody else's hair if they are allowing it. So when we touch it, we're doing it mindfully. What does it feel like? Is it soft? Is it coarse? Is it bumpy? Is it smooth? Whatever it is no judgment, it's just curiosity. You can just touch it and just think about what you're feeling and how it feels on your fingertips. So the next thing will be 3 things that we hear. So in a classroom, it will be people talking. Sometimes you can hear people scratching on their notepad. Sometimes you can hear traffic or the teacher talking or birds outside. In the shopping center, we can usually hear different people talking in their conversations. Do you hear music coming out of the different shops? Do you hear people's shoes squeaking on the floor? Can you hear the kids playing and yelling in the top lot? So, whatever you can hear, just note. Just be present and just notice what's around you. So 2 things to smell is the next part of the exercise. No judgment, just curiosity. It's okay if you don't enjoy the smell. If it's a bad smell, that's okay. We're just honoring it. So, for example, in a classroom, lotions or essence oils or other people's smells. Do they wear body wash? Can you smell their shampoo? Anything in the classroom that smells, the markers for the board. Does the teacher have a perfume on or a cologne on? In the shopping center, do you smell the food court smells? Usually it's like Cinnabon, and you can smell popcorn from the movie theater. Do the stores have perfumes on the front of the displays? Other people, as they walk by, what do they smell like? What do you think that smell is that you're smelling? And one thing to taste, take a sip of your water. I know there's not much of a taste to it, but if you pay close attention, you can taste some minerals usually. Or if it's sparkling water, do you taste the bubbles? Does it taste crisp and refreshing? You can chew some gum or a sour candy. Salivating helps us stop the anxiety response in the body. So what are you tasting? Taste it on your tongue, on the roof of your mouth. Enjoy it for a few minutes before you swallow it. What does it taste like? Is it good? Is it sticky? Is it gummy? Anything that helps you to be in your mouth and what your mouth is experiencing will help you. So another thing that we can do, especially if we're in public and we don't want to look weird, but we're having some anxiety, is scrunching our toes. So you scrunch them as tightly as possible for about 10 seconds. And you just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then you release it. What are you feeling? Remember, no judgment, just curiosity. Is it hot? Is it going a little colder as it starts to calm down a little bit? Where are you feeling the blood going into your toes? Is the back of your heel touching anything? What is the experience going on inside of you in the muscles in and around the foot area? So sometimes it can be tingly, it can be achy, our arches can kind of hurt after we do that. Then we release it and you feel that release. So the goal is just to be in the moment, whatever your body is doing. So count. How do we count when we're feeling very, very anxious? So for example, in the classroom, we can follow the clock second hands for 30 seconds. We're just following the clock that's in front of the teacher or in the front of the classroom, and just 1, 2, 3, 4. How many blue backpacks are there? How many red backpacks are there? If you're in a shopping center, you can count the amount of black purses you see. There's usually a lot of black purses. So if that's overwhelming, pick up another color, red, blue, and just the leaves on the plants. How many, if you're sitting next to a fake plant, how many leaves are there? How many electronic stores are in the mall? That's probably not as popular as it used to be. So, any record players, try to find the most interesting thing on the store map and then count that many. So, how many people are wearing hats? How many people are wearing blue t shirts that are walking around the mall? 1, 2, 3, 4. It just helps to calm down the anxiety. So these are some techniques that you can use when you're in a public place to not feel out of place or strange. It's all happening in your own body so that you don't have to have anybody looking at you or be self-aware of helping yourself in the moment. So remember, anything that can ground you to the moment will help shift the brain from anxiety mode to the analytical processing mode, where it has to use the executive functioning features. So anything you can do that just keeps you concentrating, you can draw, you can jump up and down if you feel like. Anything that makes you feel present and safe will help you to get out of that mood. So I really hope that that was helpful. I hope that you were able to calm and take a deep breath with these techniques, and I will see you next time. Bye.